Hey learners, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we shall learn IELTS reading. Few tips, few tricks, few strategies to ace your IELTS reading. Well, most of the students find reading an arduous task. Believe me, things are harder when half understood. And also, well begin is half done. We'll quickly start with introduction of the reading module. For both the academic learners as well as the general learners, the test contains 40 questions and the time allotted is 60 minutes. Unlike the listening module, here you are not supposed to get any extra minutes to transfer your answers into your answer sheets. Within 1 hour, you are supposed to find the answers as well as you are going to drop down the answers into the answer sheet. Well, the test format is not at all generous. When it comes to passage reading, it has varied kind of questions like it may be true or false, multiple choice, match the headings, fill in the blanks, yes, no and not given, summary completion, question answers, maps. Well, this is common for both the GT learners as well as for the academic learners. There are 3 sections for both the academic and general reading, like section 1, section 2 and section 3. Section 1 and 2 contains 13 to 14 questions and similarly section 3 contains 12 to 14 questions. But when it comes to the academic reading, all 3 sections have continuous passages, but the general kind of reading has divided sections. That means the section 1 has 2 passages and section 2 also has 2 passages. So this is the biggest difference between the 2 readings, that is the GT reading as well as the academic reading. Well, the third section is quite similar to that of the academics. Most of the students, when they start preparing their reading module, they generally have plenty of questions. They are in a dilemma how to start. So here I'm going to help you how to start your reading task. Always remember, when you start your reading task, whatever sections you are reading, always read the questions first and then go for the answers. Mind well, it is always easier to check the questions first, read them nicely, and then you are supposed to move towards finding the answers. While reading the question, it is very much important that you need to understand the question very well. You need to find out the key words of the question. Also mind well, one keyword for one question cannot be similar for the second one. So try to understand well the question, and that how you can do. You can understand the question very well by dividing them into parts. After dividing them into parts, try to understand the question while turning it into your own language or translate it into your own language. Well, it is very much important to master your scheming and scanning skills. Well, what is scheming? To scheme means to go through the passage, quickly underline the verbs, the dates, the numbers, the nouns, right? And this is going to help you understand a bit of what the passage wants to say, and also it is going to help you to locate the correct answers when you go for scanning. Now, similarly, what is scanning? So as I mentioned previously, that once you go through the question, understand it well, you have your keywords ready, and then you locate or find out the answer. So it is going to be very much helpful to locate the answers. But while scheming first, I'm definitely going to advise for the GT learners. Rather, it is less helpful for the academic learners. Eyeing the instructions. Mind well, to keep an eye on the instruction is very much important. It gives you the direction towards the question, that what is the need, what you need to find out. That is 1 word or 2 word, isn't it? So a 3 word and a number, 1 word and a number. So such commands, such instructions, such directional keys are given to you. So it is very much important that you have a practice of first have an eye to the instruction, then only you start reading the questions. Another important part is the time management in your reading module. Time management is very much important. We already know that there are 3 good sections, 40 questions and just an hour. where you are supposed to find the answers, as well as you're supposed to drop down the answers. So for that, you always need to know that most of the questions in IELTS reading tasks, their answers are given in sequence. So follow the sequence, isn't it? That means one answer is given in one paragraph. You just need not know to again reread and again and again. It is always beneath the first answer. So follow that trick. Another thing is for the academic learners, that in academics what happens, that in a single section for a single continuous passage, they're having two different type of questions for which the answers you're supposed to find. So try always practice that you can carry all those two type of questions all together. First two questions of the first type of question and first two questions of the second type, and this is the way you start your reading thing for the academics people, isn't it? Now once you have found the answers of the entire section, never do a mistake, isn't it? That just don't wait for to find all those 40 questions and then you drop down the answers, isn't it, into your answer sheet. No, once you have completed finding the answers of one section, copy down the answers directly into the answer sheets, so that you can nicely go have a great confidence into you, isn't it? And then you can go for the second or the third, isn't it? So this is how the last moment panic can be avoided. Okay, now once the thing is that few questions would trouble you in between, isn't it? So such questions, if they're troubling you, better skip them. Don't waste your time. Your time is really precious, isn't it? So nicely utilize it for the other question. Now suppose center question you're having 1 to 5 question, third question you haven't found. So whatever the third question if you find, go for the fourth. So you'll get the location of the third question, just definitely between the second and the fourth. So that is also going to help you, right? So you can do such practices. So another important aspect is habitual reading. Practice at least one reading test daily. Keep a habit. See, this is definitely going to help you understand the reading test very well, the question types. You can master your skills, isn't it, for varied kind of questions. The skillful usage of tips, tricks, and strategies, whatever you have learned, the pre-experiences of it. And also, very much important is always set a timer, isn't it? And our timer is very much helpful in real time management during your real test. And after, once you master yourself in your reading, try to test yourself. Mock tests are very much important. A simulatory environment, isn't it? So that you would come to know what is the aura of examination. So you will feel less anxiety, or you will feel less panic during the examination. So that is a very good habit prior to book your exams, isn't it? Test yourself. Simulatory work. A quick advice for my beginners: once you have started with your reading practices, try to learn one type of question only. That is, if you have started with true and false, try to take true or false type of questions for 5-6 such tests and practice it once. Try all the tips, tricks, and strategies and get well acquainted. Similarly for varied kind of questions. So this is going to strategically help you to prepare your reading test. I'm sure this video will help you prepare your reading test module. Thank you so much for watching my video. Hit the like button, do share, and definitely do not forget to subscribe. Keep watching.